show you how to make a really simple and quick dal. So let me start by adding oil to my pan. So I've got olive oil here. So I've just heated up the pan, just got a wide ring pan, heated up about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You could use oil of your choice, so either ghee or butter as well, but I've got olive oil here. Now as the oil is gradually heating up, I'm going to add a teaspoon of cumin seeds. So I've not added them to really hot oil because I don't want them to burn, but as the oil is heating up, I've added the cumin seeds, and you can have a look. They are starting to gradually sizzle as well. So as they start to sizzle, they are then going to release their aroma and their oil. So very important when you are cooking with spices is to make sure you don't burn your spices. Your dish will be bitter and it's just actually not really good for you anyway. So, and you don't want the oil to be really hot either. So the oil has heated, the cumin seeds are really nicely sizzling, and what they're also doing is they're fusing the oil there too. So to the oil and cumin seeds, I'm now going to add in, I've got 2 small onions here, and I'm going to do a really simple and quick 1 pot red lentil dal. So I've added the onions. My temperature is on a kind of like a low to medium, so not too high as well. And these onions are going to also soften more so as I cook the dal too. So all the onions have now been coated in the cumin seeds and the oil. So I prefer to cut the onions really finely as well. I don't blitz them or put them into a blender, because I find that when I do that, I do get kind of a slight bitter taste to the dish I'm doing. And so what I'm doing today is a really simple and quick red lentil dal. To the dal, I'm now going to add, you could use either garlic paste or frozen garlic. I'm adding just over a teaspoon of garlic, grated garlic, and a teaspoon of ginger. So I've added that to the pan. I'm now going to mix that, and you'll also see that as I do this dal, I'm adding layer upon layer, lots of different layers right now of flavour. So now what I want to do is to cook out the ginger and garlic. So I didn't really cook the onions for that long, and some of the dishes that I do, especially the masala base, then that I really allow the onions to really cook up, but not in the dish today, because as the red lentil dal cooks, it will all soften together and you get a lovely, beautiful texture in there as well. Okay, ginger and garlic is all in here, and now I'm going to go in with the everyday spices that I use. And so I'm going to start off by adding ground coriander. So ground coriander, really lovely, and gives a beautiful florally, earthy kind of flavour to it. But more so, the earthy flavour also comes from the ground cumin. So I don't add as much to that as well. I'm going to turn my temperature down again, and just making sure that as I add the spices, they don't burn as well. If you feel that you want to add more oil to your pan, you can do so. And if you don't want to do that, what you can do as well is add a drop of water to that as well. But making sure, as you can see, that I'm not going to be burning those spices. Okay, ground coriander and ground cumin is in there. Now I'm going to add turmeric, so half a teaspoon. Again, not too much of the turmeric. Turmeric is great and great health benefits. If I add the same amount of turmeric as I did with the coriander and cumin, it would be bitter as well. It just has different qualities to it. Then I'm adding, you can add green chilies to it. I don't have any green chili today, so I've got, I would say that's a level teaspoon of chili powder. This chili powder is basically dried chilies, nothing else added to it, which have been ground. Now the other thing, next one I need to add is salt, and salt brings out the flavour it all. So I'm not going to add too much to it, but also not too little either. It's very important because salt is the seasoning. It brings out the flavour. And if you are concerned about not adding too much salt to it, get a good salt. Get something like rock salt or pink salt. And you could start off by adding a little bit and then taste it afterwards once your dish is done, and you can always add more to it. So to this now, I cooked the onions slightly. I've cooked them in the oil with the cumin seeds, and then added the onions and then ginger garlic, added the dried spices, and now I've got 200 grams of red lentils. Red lentils don't take that long to cook either. I did wash and soak them just so that it makes it a little bit quicker to cook. And now I'm going to just mix that all through. And that's it, that's my dish done. Now I'm going to add some water to it, about 600 mils, because I had 200 grams of the dal. And this dish would be suitable for 4 people. If you've got any extra left over, that's really great for the next day also. I'm just going to add my water now. And I can just add normal tap water. I thought I had it ready. Okay. Let's get some tap water here. Again, you don't need to use pre-boiled water or hot water. So just got some tap water. I'm going to stir that through. And then that's it. That is, and also this is really great at this stage. You could allow the, you could also put it into a slow cooker as well, and that could just be cooking away slowly. Now, while my dal is cooking, I'm going to make some chapatis. So stay here with me, and yeah, let's pop this to the side. I've already made my dough for the chapatis. When I make chapatis, the dough is simply flour and water. Let me just get the... So I use a chapati flour, which is whole wheat flour. I'll put this to the side here. And I'm just trying to show you today how simple and straightforward this dish is. And it also doesn't take as long to cook either. So while the dal is cooking, I'm just going to pop this pan on here. Just move all this out the way. And make a couple of chapatis. Right, so made the dough. I've got a video before this anyway. If you go back to the videos, I've got a video where I've made the chapatis, chapati dough. I'll always allow the dough, if you've got time being, allow the dough to sit for at least 30 minutes or so. And then for rolling out, yeah, I've just got my board here. You could, if you don't have one of these, that's fine. You can still make the chapatis, just roll it on a let me show you, like got a flat board like this, a chopping board. Also, you do not, also want to show you that you do not have to have all the exact equipment as well, like even a clean surface is sufficient as well. So I've got the dough, and this dough is basically just flour and water, and that was it, nothing else in there. And add the water, very important when you're making chapati dough as well, is to add your water to the dough gradually, and then the aim is to get a really lovely soft and pliable dough. Okay, I've got some flour for dredging. I'll pop that here, and I've got my rolling pin. So any size rolling pin is great. Making chapatis, or any other Indian flatbreads, you do not need any special equipment. And I've just got a flat pan here, and then it's gentle roll forward and back. Again, they don't need to be perfect, okay, as long as you've got them the thickness even. Now, the reason why you want to have the thickness even is so that they cook evenly. So just showing you, it doesn't matter if it's not round, and I'm just gently rolling forward and back. Really should have had a tea towel under here because it is rocking away. Okay, now as I roll, got my pan heated up here. I'm actually just going to go and get a tea towel to put under there. So as you saw, the dal was really quick to prep, and that is just simmering away here on the side. I'm just going to turn the temperature up a bit. And so what's happening with the dal is it's going to gradually come to the boil and then simmer and get really nice thick consistency. Okay, let's do these chapatis. So dredge it in a little bit of flour and then just gently roll forward and back. Main aim here for me is not to have it, I would like to have it perfectly round, but that's not the main priority. The main priority is to get it as even, all round even, so it cooks quickly and evenly as well. Okay, there you go. There is my first chapati. And I just need to wait for that to warm up a little bit more. So I'm just going to pop it to the side here. And let me do the next one. So pull a little bit of the dough off. Put it between your hands so it's about the size of a small golf ball, like so. And then dredging it into a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick on the board. Press it down and then I'm just gently rolling forward. And as you can see, as I roll forward and back, I'm turning it as I go so it's not sticking. So what I'm trying to do is to prevent the dough from sticking to the actual board. And then it's just it's very therapeutic. Forward and back roll. Okay, my pan is hot. Now when I come to cook the chapati as well, I don't need to have anything on the pan. Like I often get asked, do you need to put anything on there? Any oil or anything? No, it doesn't require anything at all. The dal's coming on nicely. And I'm just making here on the side a simple red lentil dal. Really lovely, nourishing. Now here's the chapati. Pop it onto the pan. Okay, and then let's do the next one. So as the pan is hot, what we're aiming for it to do here is to get slightly bruised. So that takes about, I'd say 30 to 40 seconds or so. Again, it depends on how hot the actual pan is. And the dal, I'll just give it another swirl. Yeah, that's coming on really nicely. Okay. As you can see, the little speck bubbles coming up, time to turn it over. And then again, it will cook on this side for about 30 to 40 seconds or so. And we just want it to get bruised on that side. While that is cooking, I'll just do a third chapati. I'm using here wholemeal flour, chapati flour. If you can't get hold of chapati flour, try it with wholemeal and plain flour mixed together. You could also try making chapatis with bread flour as well. Make sure your water is at a good, it is hot, and if you need to, when you're making the dough, is to use a spoon to actually bring the dough together. Okay, now we're waiting. We want the dough to slowly, the chapati to slowly start coming up. You can use I've got one of these wooden chapati rollers. And then I'm just, where the little air bubbles are, I'm just pressing down and hoping that it will all come up. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the first one's always like this. It's like when you make pancakes as well, the first one always is a bit stubborn, shall we say stubborn, yeah. There you go. So I'm going to pop this onto a plate. Okay, so even though it didn't come up, it is still fine, it's still delicious. Now let's try the second one. The dal's coming on nicely. So got chapati on the pan. I'll get this chapati rolled up. And so I'm just gently, it's a gentle motion of forward and back. Okay, so see that's bruised and then down again. And if you find that it's too hot as well, just turn the temperature down. Okay, great, dal's looking good. So you see red lentil dal is one of those dals that really doesn't take that long to cook as well. And this one has come together really nicely in about 10 minutes or so. Normally it takes about 20 minutes or so. 20, not all, 20 minutes, yeah, 20 minutes, yeah, less than that, that didn't take so long. Okay, let's try again. So that's on there, and we're going to gently press down. There, you see where the bubbles are? I'm just helping it along to slowly come together. And it's got, and I'm going to turn it over again. And if you can see if there's any like kind of like raw bits, just press down on them. Like so. And there you go. So chapati done. And let's do the last one. And by the time we finish this one, we will have the dal ready as well to show you. So today, if you've just joined, just started watching the video, I'll put the replay up as well. I've cooked a really simple red lentil dal in one pot, and that's coming on nicely. That's nearly cooked. I'm going to bring that over here to show you right now. I've just made some chapati dough using this atta. If you don't have that, that's fine. You can get some wholemeal flour and mix it with some white flour, and you can make chapatis with that as well. I would say really knead your dough well. Make sure your dough is soft and pliable. The longer it rests, the better it is. So even if you make it in the morning for the evening or the day before, store it in the fridge, and that is all great. So this video here today is to just show you how you can make something when you're really busy and you don't have much time and you want something healthy and nourishing. This is your dish to come to. Now I've done a really simple plain red lentil dal and chapatis. Now to the dal as well, you could add some extras like spinach, tomatoes, any other like pumpkin or butternut squash is really quite nice as well. You can add other veggies to it as well. Okay, I added in the dal ginger, garlic and the dried spices. I'm going to bring that over to you now. The dal is nicely cooked. Look at that. Beautiful. You see that? Really lovely. And so in this dish, it was fine that, in this dal, it was fine that I didn't allow the onions to cook completely like I normally do. I always allow the onions to cook because as the lentils are cooking, the onions are cooking. And now I'm just pressing them all down. And this will be really lovely, finished off with some fresh coriander, a squeeze of lemon juice, and then we're done. And this was a beautiful red lentil dal that I have made for you today. Lovely. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. It is quite hot today as well, but that doesn't matter. That I've just made that for you really quick. And let me just pop it into a bowl to show you with the chapatis. Beautiful. Got red lentil dal. Really simple. Like so. And then a couple of chapatis. And you've done a really healthy, delicious and nourishing meal in less than 20 minutes. There you go. I'll see you next time. Oops. Oh, you don't want my hand there, do you? Oh.